All right, so we're back and we got Seth Weil aboard with us in person. And seeing that he's here, good morning to Seth. And Seth, well, of course, we have the book here. You are not sick, you are malnourished. So Seth, we'll be talking about this morning on this. Well, you heard what going on this morning. We have a lot of a free clinic going on by the Seventh-day Adventist Hospital in Cocorit, where thousands of people have come out to get these cataract surgeries. We also have the topic that you were going to talk about this morning as well. So I guess we could start there.
Yeah, all right. So let's start with the topic I wanted to talk about. It's actually a product, right? Of course, please note, because I want people to understand, I'm going to talk about this product. I'm not promoting the product. I am just trying to educate the population on this product and products like this. And I think when products like this are being sold for hundreds of dollars, I think the population need to be aware of what it is.
Right.
And the reality is most people aren't aware of what it is. So let's put up the image of the product. All right.
You have an image of it?
Yeah, I have an image of it. All right. It's a international product. Right, this is ASEA Redox. It's, as they say there, cell signaling supplement. Now, the issue I'm having is I was contacted by a distributor of this product because they're trying to get me to push the product and sell it at my clinic. And they were explaining to me how the product works.
Okay.
And telling me about this product, what is in it, and how it affects the body with cell signaling and the molecular stuff with the ions and whatnot. So I'm listening and they use terms like, you know, hydrogen and oxygen and sodium and chloride. So I'm like, I say, you know, are you aware that, you know, I'm a intellectual individual, highly intellectual with regards to biology and nutrition and health in the human body? It was like, yes, that is why I'll contact you. So I said, why does it sound like what you are telling me is salt water? Why is it sounding like salt water to me? Because everything they're describing about it is giving us salt water. So I pulled up the product. Lo and behold, there's only 2 ingredients in the product: water and salt. Sodium chloride and water.
That's the only 2 ingredients?
Those are the only 2 ingredients in the product, Stefan. But this bottle, 32 ounces, is being sold in Trinidad and Tobago for about $500. A bottle. Now, how much salt is in the bottle? About half a teaspoon of salt.
Yeah, but it don't make a difference. Salt relatively is cheap, you know what I mean? So
it's very cheap. In fact, so half a teaspoon of salt is being sold in this bottle. And there are a lot of claims that was being made, and the person is telling me about all the stuff that it can do. Okay, well and fine, but why is it being sold for $500 for simple salt water? I pull up the double-blinded studies on the product, Stefan. The double-blinded studies on the product.
Well, just for our knowledge, was double-blinded?
A double-blinded study means the participants involved in the studies and the people collecting the data do not know what is placebo from what is actual product. So therefore, you wouldn't get any bias in the studies being done. So this is independent double-blinded studies. Okay. For example, during COVID, Pfizer unblinded their studies, which spoiled all the data. Right? So that's one of the, right? So double-blinded studies give you a higher degree of accuracy because the people involved don't have a bias because they don't know what is what.
All right.
Right? The double-blinded studies, the results was the same.
Okay.
Which was simple distilled water and salt, same amount of salt, and the result was exactly the same. There was no difference between the 2. Right? But how much for salt? In Trinidad, you might get a pound of salt selling for like, what, $2.50 to $5.
So that'd be like, yeah, well, table salt, yeah.
That has 81 teaspoons in it. That is about 162 half a teaspoons, which could give you 162 bottles. Right? Now, 32 ounces would equate about 5,184 ounces. All right? For that, 162 bottles.
Right.
That is about 40.5 gallons
Okay.
of water. So you'll spend about $300 for all that water. And then the $250 to $5 for the salt. So approximately one bottle would cost the average person to make that same product $1.80 to $1.90.
Okay.
And this product is being sold to the general public for $500. Right?
Okay.
And they use the scientific terminologies. They'll talk about hydrogen, they'll talk about oxygen, they'll talk about sodium, they'll talk about chloride. They will talk about, cell signaling. They'll talk about reduction and oxidation. Right?
Okay.
These are all things that naturally happens in the body. But because the general public do not understand these scientific terms, people are thinking they're buying something that is very technological and new, right? In fact, the name...
Salt water, well, just going back on your comments on salt itself, you've always spoken and said
Always spoken on salt.
Salt is not a bad thing.
It's not a bad thing.
It's actually good for you.
It's good for you.
And it's not tied to high blood pressure.
Not that it's not tied to high blood pressure. So that's the thing. Using something independently without understanding other operations. For example, your metabolic system would regulate how your body utilizes salt.
Right.
Right? So based on your metabolic system. So this is why it's not just coming and taking one product, but even though you're taking this product, remember it's just half a teaspoon of salt. The serving size in this product is 2 to 4 ounces. 2 to 4 ounces of half a teaspoon is insignificant. It's very little. So it's more or less using these terminologies to sell a product. And that is banking off of the ignorance of the general population. That's like me saying dihydrogen monoxide. A deficiency of that could cause a lot of problems in the body. It could get neurological disturbances. That could cause organ failure. That could result in things like kidney stones. All right? And then you have hypovolemic shock. Hypovolemic shock is when your blood count drops so low that you could even die from a deficiency of dihydrogen monoxide. But me using the term dihydrogen or dihydrogen monoxide, that sounds big, fancy, and technological. That sounds very scientific. But let me break that down for you. Dihydrogen is what? 2 hydrogen atoms.
Okay.
Monoxide is 1 oxygen atom. That is H2.
Okay.
So I just said water, just reading it out, right? The scientific terms of reading out H2O. But when I read out H2O, the hydrogen monoxide is going on sound like a big scientific technical term. And I could sell somebody that if they don't know or understand that. And that is what has been happening in the supplement field, right? In the field of alternative healthcare. So a lot of people are being fooled because they don't understand these terminologies, right? So here it is. $1 something product is being sold for $500. And it's the advertising standards of the UK Advertising Standard Authority have also upheld some claims against that very same company selling that product. Because their claims are unsubstantiated and they are being made to treat and cure illnesses that it cannot do. That should not be made because it's selling a product in a bottle. Right? And that's why I tell people need to educate themselves with regards to nutrition and nutritional therapy. Because nutrition is how you help heal the body. You have to understand the body. You have to remove the things that are causing problems in the body. Right? And then feed the body what the body is biologically designed to consume. That's how you heal. Right? That's how you reverse diseases. But a lot of people looking for quick fixes. They want to trust something in a bottle, and people are out here taking advantage of you. And, you know, what I've mentioned to people, people look at the media and don't understand media. Media is an avenue of visibility.
Right.
It's an avenue of visibility. You could be seen through the media, but it doesn't mean it's always an avenue of credibility, right?
Right. But we learned that in the pandemic, but go ahead.
Exactly.
We learned that in the pandemic.
Anybody could pay for a media spot. does that mean what they are pushing or promoting is accurate?
Okay.
It doesn't mean that. But a lot of the viewing audiences don't understand that. So they would see something, hey, if this is so visible, if this is on TV, then it has to be true. That's not the case.
No.
That's not always the case. Not saying there aren't things on TV that not true. No. There are things on TV that are true. But
Right.
there are also things on TV that aren't true. All right? And even like, for example, newspapers, you could pay and put an article or image and stuff in the paper. It doesn't mean that that article is accurate.
Right.
It is on the individual to do their own research. Like I was talking to the director in the back there, and I mentioned to him with organic.
Uh-huh.
What most people think organic mean? When you hear that?
Natural.
People think organic means
natural, of the earth. Yeah.
natural,
Yeah.
of the earth, right? Organic compounds is a scientific term. It means a subcompound or a subchemical of carbon.
Okay.
Right? Meaning, when something has carbon attached to it, it is organic. Organic has nothing to do with natural or safe or fertilizer-free or pesticide-free. It has absolutely nothing to do with that.
Okay.
If you want to understand what's really happening inside your body, I break it down in detail in my book, You Are Not Sick, You Are Malnourished. It's available on Amazon and Gumroad, RIK bookstores nationwide, Nelson's bookstore in Tobago, or directly through the clinic.
Something is organic because it contains carbon. Now, the agriculture food industry has adopted and misused the terminology organic. So a lot of people are of the idea now that once something is organic, it is safe. So they let the guard down.
All right.
It's paraquat dichloride. Paraquat dichloride, that's the chemical name for, or one of the names for gramoxone. If you want to pull that up, you would see, is gramoxone or paraquat dichloride, is it organic? And the answer that would come up would be yes. Because it is an organic compound, because it got carbon.
Carbon.
But is it safe?
No.
It's not safe.
Right.
Petroleum. Petroleum is also organic, right? Because it
Right.
contains hydrocarbons. But is it safe?
No.
No.
Right.
Not because we see these terms. And this is why knowledge is so important. Some years ago, somebody told me, when I
really thought
started,
organic surface, I mean, I really thought the organic thing was, like natural,
people, when they use that term, you could put organic on the labeling of something, a food product. All food products, plant or animals, is organic because they all contain carbon.
Okay.
So putting organic on the labeling is not wrong,
Right.
right? But
it doesn't mean it's better.
Exactly.
Right, yeah.
Your
I understand what
understanding
you're
of organic
Yeah.
and what organic actually means is two different things,
Right.
right? So people have the wrong concept, they have the wrong idea, and that every time, throughout history, wherever there is a knowledge gap, some sort of advantage steps in to take place. I remember some years ago, when I started doing what I was doing, somebody told me, they was like, hey, why you don't come up with some kind of salt drink and sell to people, because that is what people want, right? I said, I cannot do that, because I see that as being morally and ethically wrong.
Okay.
That's how I see it, because I'll be taking advantage of that knowledge gap. You know how much people have come to me, you need to bring out some kind of product. And what product did I bring out?
A book. Yeah.
A book. You know why? Knowledge is more important than anything else.
Right.
Knowledge is power. And I think people don't understand how powerful knowledge is.
All right.
Knowledge could cause you or prevent you from being manipulated. The strength of corruption in governments is solely based on the ignorance of the population.
Well, yeah, that's true.
That is solely based. So once knowledge is lacking, somebody or something is always going to capitalize on that. It's like on the highway. You're driving on the highway. If you allow too much of a gap between you and another vehicle, and next vehicle going and come in front.
Yeah, that's true.
Right? So once there's a knowledge gap, something going and come in and fit into that. Somebody going and come and take your spot. And this is what has been happening in the healthcare system all the time. And because I've said it many times, that I would still quicker choose a medical doctor over any other form of alternative healthcare.
No, you have said
Right?
that.
I've
You
said
have
that
said that
many times.
Yes. But he still reserves issues with the medical parts of the medical fraternity. But you have always said that if you had to choose, you would choose a medical doctor over any other form
Correct.
of healthcare. Yeah.
But because a lot of people understand, yes, there are flaws in the medical system, healthcare system, they believe any other alternative is better.
Okay.
Not knowing that many of the other alternatives are taking advantage of that knowledge gap that people have.
Okay.
Because a lot of people aren't going with the healthcare system, so they run to this system. You know how much people I've seen that have done that and made their health worse?
Well, I would imagine that. That's usually the case. When things don't work for people quickly, they tend to shift to another form of healthcare. Never put it like that.
Yeah.
Or another form or another solution to the problem that they want to solve. So it's all about speed too, eh?
And
time.
how I
So
look
it's
at it-
how fast the problem could be solved in most instances is, okay, I'm going to try this, I'll give it a month. And if in a month time you don't see the results, or 2 months time, you shift to something else.
And
Because people want it to be, they want the
so
results
a
now.
lot of people are into symptom suppression.
Yeah.
Symptom suppression, symptom management. That's the mainstream. Mainstream is symptom suppression, symptom management. All right, not much into root cause.
Right.
So a lot of people going for quick fixes. Now you'll definitely get that pharmaceutical system, mainstream healthcare system. You could get a lot of quick fixes. Let's take, for instance, what you're looking at this morning, cataracts.
Yeah.
Right? Free cataract surgery. What is cataract? Some years ago, I did a whole history on the program with regards to cataract, how they used to perform cataract surgery by taking a metal and literally breaking the lens in the eye, right? But that was in the past, and then, of course, over time, it evolved to what it is now. But cataract surgery is removing the lens from the eye because the protein in the lens is breaking down, and that is the debris from that is clouding the lens. So then eventually you lose your vision because it's now clouded.
Clouded, right.
So cataract surgery is removing that lens and putting in an artificial lens.
Okay.
All well and fine. You regain your sight because you no longer have a clouded lens. That artificial lens is not going to break down because it is not made out of the protein and whatnot.
Right.
But how much people is asking, why the lens breaking down in the first place?
Right.
Why is the protein
Going back to
in the
the root cause
lens,
of the
in the
problem.
eyes,
Yeah.
breaking down in the first place? So I have also seen many people that have come to me because they're blind, but they did cataract surgery, but they still lose their vision. Because even though they replaced them now, they have a good lens now, but they didn't stop the initial problem, the root cause problem. So the rest of the eyes also start to deteriorate because the root cause wasn't addressed. Haven't I also reversed cataract with people?
Right.
I've reversed cataract with people. No surgery, no drugs, no medication, no supplements. I addressed their diet.
Right.
I fixed the root cause of the problem. So if we talk a little bit about what causes the lens in the eye to break down, comes back down to something called glycation.
Right.
Right? In my book, I explain what glycation is.
Right.
So that affects the proteins in the eye, cause it to start to break down. That is what you need to stop. Now, removing where the glycation is taking place doesn't stop glycation. It's just going to happen in other parts of the body.
Okay.
Right? And if it starts to happen in other parts of the body, let's say you're getting damage in the blood vessels, the endothelial tissue, you're getting cross-linking of the proteins and elastins and stuff, stiffening those blood vessels, that the blood vessels can't expand as they should. Pressure starts to build up now. You get pressure building up in the blood vessels in the eye. Boom, now you're going to develop glaucoma.
Okay.
So you move from cataract to developing another eye issue.
Another eye issue.
Because now you did not address the root cause.
All right.
But we run in to do the surgery because we had free.
Well,
Right?
it's not just the aspect of it being free. Eh? We only have about a minute left. It's not just the aspect of it being free. It's also the fact that people they go for these surgeries. It's way delayed through the public healthcare system, and then you have the financial aspect of things, where this might be the option for you, and you go to the private sector where they're going to charge you a pound and a crown, and when you're getting it for free through an organization that is willing to do it for free, because I mean, anybody that's willing to do something for free and provide that kind of service, we can't say that they have bad intention. They had to have good intentions because they're offering a service for free.
You're offering a service for free,
right?
But there are also benefits for doing it
no,
free.
No profit. Well, it might be, but what I'm saying is, you have 4,000 people that you're not profiting on. So you're giving them at least the option to come and get that surgery done, to bring some sort of relief to them.
So I commend them for that.
Right?
But
So I'm just saying.
But we still can't say
it's a whole system
it's not
and a whole
benefit, because here's where some of the benefits can come in. Tax breaks. Right?
Right.
So now you could say, well, this is what you did, charitable work or whatever. So this now can come in for
Right,
tax
yeah,
breaks.
yeah.
I am still commending the people for doing these surgeries free, because it does help a lot of people.
Yeah.
Right? But we have to understand, I've seen a lot of people do cataract surgery, but they still end up back in the system for other health issues.
Well, I understand that because the root cause of the problem
still hasn't been addressed. And I've seen a lot of people, most of the people that have come to me with eye issues did cataract surgery.
Okay.
Right? And now they are blind in that eye. Or they also have other health issues where it led to amputation because they didn't deal with the diabetes and all of these things. And that is what I'm saying. So while these initiatives are fine, if people read my book, chapter 3.5, would deal with the Hippocratic Oath, where one of the rules of the Hippocratic Oath, original Hippocratic Oath, the original, not what I have today, is no surgery.
Well, surgery is the last resort, as they always say with everything, right?
And you're supposed to treat people through their nutrition. Let your food be thy medicine, and thy medicine be thy food. And until the general population understand that, we would always have a healthcare crisis.
Right.
Always. Trinidad is always in a state of a healthcare crisis.
Right.
Right? Our hospitals are always overloaded, and I hear not getting sick. Right?
All right, well, we out of time. All right, so we got to wrap it up. But thanks to the information. Of course, next week we do it all over again. And we do have to take the break because we're late on it. All right, so I'm going to take this break. When we come back, we have some goodies. But Seth Viola aboard. You can contact him on the following numbers. You could WhatsApp him on 2793935 or 761-1952. So it's 761-1952, or you can WhatsApp him on 2793935. Somebody messaged me this morning to find out where to get the book in Tobago. You could get it at Nelson's in Tobago. All right, so you could check out Nelson's. You'll get the book there. All right, and of course, you could book your appointment with Seth, or you could call either one of those numbers and you could order the book as well. Right? Anything real quick?
Oh, you could also get it at RIK bookstores nationwide, on Gum Road for digital copy, and on Amazon for international viewers and purchase. All right,
nice,
so thanks for having me.
All right, no problem.
If you want to understand what's really happening inside your body, I break it down in detail in my book. You are not sick, you are malnourished. It's available on Amazon and Gumroad, RIK bookstores nationwide, Nelson's bookstore in Tobago, or directly through the clinic.